recording is on, and today I will begin to deliver the first lecture. It was the previous like 3 lectures. It was just like introduction to our course, and now we are beginning to speak about functions of management, as I promised you last time. I do hope that now it is possible for you to see the presentation in full screen. Dear students, is it possible for you to watch our presentation in full screen?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Let's continue. Thank you. So last time I do hope that I persuaded you that there are 4 main functions of management: planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling. And a manager is a person who implements the mentioned functions. And generally it is completely a logical way of thinking. Firstly, we are creating some plan, even if we are going to do something not in business but in your usual life. Then you are selecting some tasks to be done to attain the set objectives. Then you are thinking, do you have some incentives to complete the tasks? And then you are checking the results. And today, and not only today, we will speak about planning. Generally, we will pay more attention to planning function. About the one one half of our course will be connected with planning, and other half will be connected with 3 other functions of management. Why it is so? Generally, it's because the planning is the most important part of management, I do believe. And let's begin. What is strategic planning? Generally, I maybe made some mistake. Maybe it is there are 2 principal ways of thinking. In some books you will find these 2 words, strategic planning, and in other books you will find strategic management. What is the difference? Actually, they are like synonyms, but I decided to use not management, but planning here, just to stress that it is the function of management. But the management as a science. But generally, in other books, you can find the information that before some time people thought in a little bit different way. That's why the old system of setting of objectives, we have to name it as strategic planning, and a little bit more modern way of thinking and a little bit more modern way of setting of objectives is strategic management. But let's I just decided just to explain you that you will how to say, just to prevent you from thinking about me that I didn't know some things. Yes, I do know, but I consciously decided to use strategic planning, not strategic management, just to stress that it is the first function of management planning. So what is generally strategic planning? Strategic planning is development of strategies, and the strategies is a set of objectives and some tasks to be done to attain those objectives. Why the word strategies is in plural? Why this word is in plural? I do hope that from our previous course you remember that even if a company is a non-diversified company, the company has a lot of strategies. Yes, this company has only one business strategy, but any company has a lot of functional strategies and a lot of operating strategies. Just to remind you, the functional strategy is the strategy for some functional sphere of the company. Any company has financial sphere, any company has marketing sphere of activity, and there are some sets of objectives in every domain, in every sphere for the company. That's why this word is in plural. It is not a mistake. Generally, when you are thinking about the strategy, I'm sorry, I told you that I told you last time that it will be only practical information, but generally it's not possible to deliver you some practical instrument without some theoretical background. So please, please listen to this short theoretical introduction. Believe me, in 10 minutes it will be description. It will be presented the description of the first instrument of management. So, because I cannot do it without this theoretical introduction. So, strategic planning as the function must have four main spheres of activity: resource allocation, environmental adaptation, internal coordination, and organizational strategic awareness. If we are speaking resource allocation, it means that we must know all the resources of our organization which can be used for our contemporary activity or maybe for another activities which we can provide. Actually, maybe you remember our previous lecture connected with synergy. I mean, it was the last lecture of our previous course. So it means if we are trying to decrease the investments for the beginning, for launching of the new activity, it can be possible to use the existing equipment. So it is the example why a company has to know all the resources, and after realizing the situation with all the resources, all the resources must be allocated for all business activities of the company. Then you have to understand the problems and opportunities in external environment, and you have to adopt your company to changes in external environment. Why I decided to use this funny picture? Because once I read a very funny story that every time children are used to asking parents, for example, why the giraffe has so long neck, and what is the wrong answer. And frankly speaking, when I was before reading this information, when my older daughter asked me such a question, not about giraffe but another, but with the same direction, I told something like that. Okay, so the giraffe has so long neck because it was easier for him to eat, because it was really possible to eat leaves from very high trees. And this is the wrong answer, and the correct answer is the following. The giraffe has a long neck because all giraffes with short neck die died, because they were hungry, and it wasn't possible for them to eat food. That's why they died. Okay, so and the same situation with these companies. Only company which can adopt its activity to changes in external environment can survive now. Internal coordination. Having understood our resources and the problems, okay, not maybe only a problems, but also the situation in external environment, it is possible to um, adopt our internal environment to changes in external environment, keeping in mind all our resources. And having done all the three previous stages, it is possible to use the last activity, organizational strategic awareness. It means that we have to create the strategy for our company. And I told you during our last lecture that a strategy is not a document which can be put on a shelf and that's all. No, the strategy must evolve, because external environment is changing every day, every month, and every minute, every second. And generally, what is the strategy? I think if I ask you this question, it will be a lot of answers, and you will use the keyword plan. Generally, it is correct, but I'd like only to add maybe that this plan should be detailed, comprehensive, and integrated. What does it mean, integrated? Integrated, it means that all the objectives within this plan must be interrelated and interdependent, and it shouldn't be any conflict between different objectives. And Okay, we will discuss in details mission and objectives next time. Now I'm only presenting you the definitions. The objective is the like target. It is the the state of a company which we want to attain, or it is some result of our activity. And a mission is the most important objective, or it is the purpose of existence of the company. And speaking a little bit forward, I told you that mission is not profitability. We are not thinking like this, how to increase profitability, but we are thinking in the following way: how to satisfy our customers in the best way. And only if we are thinking in this manner, it is possible to build the following logic. So if we are satisfying our clients better, our clients are satisfied, our clients are happy, and they will buy our product or services. And we will have profits, and our rivals will have losses. But we will speak about mission and objective in details next time, next lecture. Just to show you this picture that any company must have mission, must have vision. Vision, it means like more closer to corporative culture. Generally, then you have to create objectives, and every objective must be supported with tasks, with some activities to be done to attain every objective. And we will discuss such a pyramid next time when we discuss in details mission and objectives. But before setting mission and objectives, you have to understand, you have to do the following 4 activities. And generally, I'm stressing one more time that without strategy, it is completely impossible to run a business. Generally, people or managers can think, okay, it's too formal to create strategy. I can keep everything in my mind, and that's all. Maybe if a company is rather small, it is possible. But if a company is rather big, it's completely impossible to keep everything in mind of a manager. So to compete effectively, a company must have a strategy. And I told you, as far as we have the management cycle, management cycle means that having done the last function, having completed the last function, controlling, you have to come back to the first function, planning. You have to introduce some changes in the strategy due to some mistakes, or maybe due to some changes in external environment. I'm sorry. And the strategic planning is the only way to take into account all the problems in external environment. And today, the most important piece of information to be delivered is that first, to set the mission and the objectives, before setting mission and the objectives, we have to conduct the analysis of internal and external environment. And what are the principal stages of planning? Firstly, we have to assess changes that affect our company, and that's why our current strategy. Then we have to assess, we have to understand some threats of current strategy, and we have to understand opportunities for our business. And to do it, there is a very simple instrument. Generally, it's quite clear that some types of analysis should be conducted. But, and generally in our course, we will speak about two very interesting and I think most simple instruments of strategic analysis. We will speak about SWOT analysis, and we will speak about analysis of 5 forces. And the first type of analysis, SWOT analysis, can help us to answer to these questions. Because the strategic planning as a functional management must answer to the following questions. Where is the organization, the company now? Where does top management want the firm to be in the future? And what must management do to get the firm from where it is now to where it wants to be? And the bridge before setting the bridge between now and future, you have to understand all negative points and all positive points within company, and all positive points and all negative points out of the company. And the name of this type of analysis is SWOT analysis. But what is very important? Somebody can think, and actually it is very usual mistake of our students. Please, dear students, please switch off your. Somebody switched on the microphone. Please switch it off. Thank you. Dear Chinese students, please switch. Who is? Dear Chen Manfan, please don't do it anymore. Time. I switched off your microphone, but it's convenience for me. Okay, we are coming back. So you have not only to list positive and negative things within the company and out of the company. It's not the only part of SWOT analysis. It is just, I would say, 1/4, 1/4 of SWOT analysis. But what is more important, to connect internal environment of the company with outside environment of the organization, with external environment of the organization. And how to do it, we will discuss it now during our second part of the today's lecture. So, why we call this instrument like SWOT analysis? It's because we are taking the first letters from the word strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOT. Generally, the main idea of SWOT analysis is to adopt the organization to external environment, keeping in mind all the factors of the internal factors of the organization. But we have to understand that any organization has some problems, has some benefits, but also it has some problems. And the same, any organization has some good factors, some positive factors in external environment, but also any organization can have some problems is in external environment. And we are managers are dividing all the factors with the help of the following matrix. At the horizontal axis you can see positive or helpful and negative or harmful factors. And here, if you see the vertical axis, you can see the external environment and internal environment. It is very frequent mistake when students or managers think, okay, opportunities is connected with the fact that they are not existing now, and threats are existing now. No, it's completely wrong. It's not connected with time. It is connected just with the fact that opportunities are the positive or helpful factors from external environment, and threats are the harmful or negative factors of external environment. I'm stressing one more time, no relations with time, no relations with the fact that something is existent and something is in future, is connected with future. Okay. We will discuss in a minute every factor in details, but just to explain you every sphere, every factor. Strengths. It is something which is positive for our organization and which reflects the internal environment of our organization. Okay, a good quality of our products is the strength of our business. Weaknesses is the negative factor for our organization, negative internal factor. For example, we have a very high rank of labor turnover. It means that our staff is quitting from our organization, and it could be a very big problem for us, but it is connected with the internal environment. Okay, opportunities. Maybe some new technology is presented now, and we can change our production cycle. We can use some new technology. And you see that it means that the technology is now existent. It is completely possible to do it, but the possibility is connected with external environment, but not with time. It doesn't mean that maybe in future it would be new technology, and if it is so, it is possible to use it. No. Now we are speaking just about the positive factor or helpful factor for our organization, which is connected with external environment. And threats is harmful or negative factor in external environment. For example, high level of competition in our industry is a threat for our organization, because it doesn't let us to set rather big price for our products. Now I discussed only the short examples, but then we will speak about every factor, maybe a little bit more. We will pay more time for every factor today. Generally, when you are using this instrument, there are two steps of SWOT analysis. The first is to create just the table, and in the table it should be mentioned positive factors in internal environment, negative factors in internal environment, weaknesses, opportunities, positive factor in external environment, and threats, negative factors in external environment. But I'm stressing, I told you that it's just 1/4 from SWOT analysis, just 1/4. It's not the full SWOT analysis. The full SWOT analysis is a little bit more. Just spheres within internal environment. Before discussing strengths and weaknesses, let's just think about some spheres in a company in which we have to find positive and negative factors. What we have to analyze? We have to analyze human resources of our company. We have to analyze the logistics and physical resources of our company. We have to analyze the financial situation in our company. We have to analyze business process in our company, and also we have to analyze the past experiences connected with our company. I'm stressing that it's not the full list of spheres, it's just to help you to understand that you have to look for the positive and negative factors in different spheres of the company, different domains from the company. If speaking about strengths, strengths are connected with some positive characteristics within the company. We can also define that a strength is the competitive advantage for our company, and it's better when this competitive advantage is sustainable. Sustainable, I told you last course that there are two main meanings of the word sustainable. The first is that it is for example, if we are speaking about sustainable strategy, the strategy must support external environment. It means sorry, I forgot the word. Just a moment. Ecology. Oh. So the strategy should be ecological. And the second meaning of the word sustainable is that the competitive advantage should be not only now, not only for now, but also for future. And there are some examples. I'm stressing that it's not a full list. It's not even how to say. It's not only. It's just to present something that can be mentioned by you in your SWOT analysis. Speaking a little bit forward, your first task is to conduct SWOT analysis for your company. So what can be the strength of your company? Special marketing experience, for example. It could be that your company is producing the new product or service. Maybe the good is for you is location for your business. For example, you know that nobody thought that to have business in Kharkiv, for example, is quite a dangerous thing. That the situation turns so bad after the 24th of February 2022, for example. But also it could be, but it's not a strength. It's not a strength if your business is situated in Kharkiv, but it is a strength if your business is situated in Lviv region, for example. Or maybe if your cafe is situated near some university, it is also very big strength for you because the clients are very close. In this case, this strength is connected with external environment. Maybe you are a market leader because of very high quality of the products, and okay, etc. So everything positive within your company. And what could be negative in your company, and we call it as weakness. It could be that we have not enough experience in marketing, for example. We can have undifferentiated products or services. It means that, what does it mean? We will speak about it a little bit later when we discuss the competitive strategies, the main types of competitive strategies, but we will discuss that mostly the products and services must be differentiated. It means that you have to understand the profile of your client. If somebody asks you who is the client of your company, you must be sure to answer these questions consciously. And if the answer is like this, okay, my product is so good that anybody is going to have it, to buy it. Everybody wants to buy it. Actually, it is the losing strategy, because now, sorry, nowadays all the products are somehow differentiated. Even such products which are totally standard several years ago, now they are differentiated. Even bread, for example, you must remember that in Kharkiv, okay, maybe 20 years ago, it was possible to buy only some small small different types of bread, and nowadays there are a lot of possibilities, and I know a lot of friends who wishes to buy some particular type of bread. Now the situation definitely a little bit changed because of this awful situation connected with war, but I do hope that everything will come back. Okay, the same situation that we can have bad location of our business. In this situation, it is a weakness. Maybe we have a poor quality of our goods or services. Maybe our price is too high. Maybe we have a bad reputation because of some problems which we had in the past. Sorry, I forgot to switch off the. Okay. The second part of SWOT analysis is connected with external environment, and you have to analyze the positive factors and the negative factors. Just the same as I presented you the where you should find the positive and negative factors in internal environment, the same logic here. Where could you find the positive and negative factors in external environment, in economic situation, in demographic situation, okay, in every factor which is around your company. What should be the opportunity? For example, developing a market in the new dimension, such as the internet. For example, any company now must be presented in the internet, even if the services, even if the services are not connected with the internet or the products, uh, the clients now are used to finding some reviews of the products or reviews of the company. So it is a must now to have a good site in the internet. But you see, you have to divide the internal environment, the opportunity from the strengths. For example, here opportunity is to using the possibilities of internet, and the strength is to have the good internet site of the company. Okay, then opportunity is to go to another market segments or to go to the international market. Uh, and generally, I'm stressing one more time. Okay, you will describe your own companies, but I'm stressing one more time that it is very frequent mistake, and I'd like to prevent you from this mistake. Then you are discussing opportunities, you are discussing the current situation, the current moment, not the future, but the positive factors in external environment. The opportunity, somebody can think that, okay, strength is what is existent and the opportunity is what could be done. No, completely wrong. The strength is what we have now within company, and opportunity what we have outside the organization. You can think, I'm really sorry, and I'd like to explain very important thing. You can think about me, dear professor. We are not in the kindergarten um, you are repeating the same time for the third you have repeated the same thing for the third time, and why you do it so, why you decided to do it so many times. It's just because I will not ask you the difference between opportunities and strengths. The only thing which I want to stress that you have to find positive factors within your company and outside the company, and this is SWOT analysis generally. Because when you are looking for the only for these four factors, you are just completing only the first stage of SWOT analysis. And okay, the threats could be some negative factors in external environment. Okay. And when you create this table, it is only the first part of SWOT analysis. And the next step of SWOT analysis is to create the SWOT matrix. What does it mean? It means that from all the strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats, you have to choose. You have to choose. Let it be four main factors. Four main factors. These factors from dark gray, here, 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 and here, are from this table. And but it's not the SWOT analysis, but the SWOT analysis is the strategy of your company. How to use strengths of your company to use opportunities. how to use strengths of your, for example, I told you that we have a good internet site, just to inform customers about our services. For example, even we are not selling if we are not selling something through the internet, and opportunity is that nowadays a lot of customers are educated to do anything in the internet, and for example a lot of companies let customers to do a lot of things in those profiles. For example, if speaking about our factory, it is now the part of GFS. It was the former, the new, or IFS, I don't remember. Several years ago it was Sun and Bev, but now it has the new title. And I know it definitely because, okay, let's don't discuss it how I know it, but the customers can order some kinds of beer and choose the delivery system by themselves. They do not need to communicate with the logistic department of the company, because if the company is sure that the client has a good reputation, it is completely possible to do some business process by himself, and that's all. So and the outcome of this, we can decrease the number of personnel in our logistics department, and we will decrease our costs. So here could be something like this. Okay, the next, how to use strengths to decrease the influence of the threats. For example, our strength is good situation, a good reputation of our company, and it is very big threat to lose customers because of this war in Ukraine. So we can mm, maybe we can use our good reputation to communicate with people, to support our inter relation with the customer, and yes, I mean all the customers in Ukraine have to uh, revise the budget, the basket, but the basket, I mean the products which we are used to buying, but with the help of our reputation, with the help of our reputation, it is completely possible to not to lose our customers. Let's do it like this. Weaknesses and opportunities. How to decrease our weaknesses through the opportunities. For example, our company has a problem with staff, with the qualified staff, and the opportunity is that nowadays a lot of qualified person lost their jobs. And if speaking about men, it's not possible for them to leave Ukraine. And maybe we can solve our weakness connected with lower qualification of our personnel through inviting new people who lost their jobs due to this awful war in Ukraine. And here, you will have to. It is the most difficult. Okay, let's do it like this. Uh, Generally, let's do it. Let's speak about the previous example like here, because generally it will be like threat to lose the personnel due to the situation, because to fill this box, it is the most difficult thing in SWOT analysis. It means that here you have to show how to decrease or remove, not maybe remove, but just decrease weakness and using some threats in external environment. It is very difficult, but generally, okay, let's use my previous example. It's connected maybe not more with opportunities, but with threats. Okay, so your task for your first task for the next practice is to complete such a table for your company. Let's do it. For main factors in internal environment, positive and negative. Four main factors in external environment, positive and negative. If you wish to mention more than four, let it be, but I would like to have just maybe even three. And you have to fill every box with at least two crossing strategies. What does it mean? You have to take one strength and you have to take one opportunity. And in the crossing of this factor, you have to create a piece of the strategy. And coming back to the idea of the SWOT analysis, with the help of SWOT analysis, we are trying to connect internal environment with external environment, and we are trying to create the strategy of our company. That is the main idea of the SWOT analysis. Because now it is very frequent mistake of students that I'm asking what is the main purpose of SWOT analysis, and it is a mistake. I'm stressing one more time that some student can answer that, okay, the main purpose of SWOT analysis is defining of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's completely wrong answer, and the correct answer that the purpose of SWOT analysis is creating of a strategy for your company. And just to finish, when you are analyzing external environment, we can add something to SWOT analysis. Actually, I'm not asking you to do it. I'm just presenting you this abbreviation. Just maybe you will read these in some book, just to let you understand that past analysis is like a small part of SWOT analysis, just analyzing political, economic, social, and technological factors of external environment. Just not to forget some sphere for defining something outside your organization, just like this. Okay, so one more time, your task for next practice is to create this SWOT analysis, or maybe, okay, let's do it by next practice, and then we will think. If somebody has some problems with deadline, I will think what should be done with it. Dear students, I'm not. I wanted to stop the video presentation, but maybe somebody has some questions regarding these metrics. You're welcome to ask. No questions. Okay. Okay. I'm stopping video and